Show. Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show.
We will talk about the things that mean so much to you, like going to a restaurant or hanging at the zoo. Clothes and sports and funny news, crafts and travel too. Nothing ever scripted, so expect the unexpected.
Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show.
Hi, welcome to our show. I'm Chatty Patty.
And Paula
Walla, and we have a special guest today. Welcome Karen Neal, also known as Queen Bee.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yay!
This is going to be crazy because we were just freaking out a minute ago, like dancing, and I wish people could have saw that because it was
So this is episode 57 for all of you people keeping track.
Yeah, everyone's so interested in that.
So welcome.
Thank you so much.
We're happy to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here, especially after seeing the program last week with Tino.
Oh, last week's show was a good one.
Oh,
We had
he's
fun,
great.
didn't we?
We need a series with Tino. I feel like he has more stories.
Oh, he
yeah.
does.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so funny.
Oh,
You should
yeah.
hear his George Clinton story.
I think.
Ooh, I don't know if that one could be there.
So, Karen Neal, you're a musician. You're a singer.
Bass player too.
Bass player. What else? You do a lot of stuff. You're an artist. I can see you're just all around artist in my eyes.
Yes, I call myself a multimedia artist because I thought I'd be touring in bands. I just thought I'd be spending the rest of my life, making art and touring and playing music, but it didn't work out that way. So I've always reached out to other mediums, and I kind of like it because it keeps me occupied.
Well,
Trying to stay
I
out of trouble.
love this, and right before we went on the air, I'm commissioning her to make. Oh, shoot, I can't say it because my niece is watching. Never. God, sorry, Jade.
Stop
Nothing.
it. Nothing for you, Jade.
I like these flowers. Karen brought in some flowers for our hair.
Yeah,
Yes.
especially festive. So tell us about the jewelry in front of us today.
Okay, well, I have a page called Girl on Top Shop that is actually named after an album, Queen Bee's last album, Girl on Top. And
I was going to say, I like Girl on Top.
yeah, me too.
You like to be on top?
Like, yes.
Yes.
Don't you?
Well,
Right.
sometimes you have no choice.
I can be flexible.
Okay,
Literally.
so
Okay,
tell
sorry.
it. So you have a website for the jewelry?
I do. I actually have an Etsy page that I'm getting ready to launch, but for the time being, it's best to contact me at facebook.com, Queen Bee Detroit, or you can go to my page, Girl on Top Shop, all one word. And
I
it's-
love the unicorn.
Thank you. I designed that myself.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, why don't you hold up a piece, and so we can see it, right over here in this area.
Okay.
So
this one's-
they're mostly a lot of hearts, a lot of circles, but with
Yes.
you can have.
You can put anything in that you want. I do have some designs that I create, and I really enjoy making these pieces. And lately, I've been doing a lot of, they're really personalized, and I do
Are they
custom
lockets?
pieces.
Are they like a locket?
No, but they have glass.
How do you get stuff in there?
You have to glue it down. It's a really involved
art.
process. It takes a couple days to make one of these.
Paula doesn't
if you're
have
lucky.
patience.
I don't have patience.
But yeah, I've been putting
She
glitter.
is a patient. No.
Yeah, I put glitter in them, and I could put pretty much anything you want in them, and I could put them on a chain. I do all kinds of custom pieces.
That is cool.
And I have something else to show you because I prefer to do commission work because I love to create something, and I love other people's input and ideas, and I love taking them and creating something new. But I just love, like I said, multimedia.
I love it. So the key is meant to hang in the back.
Yes.
Kind of the
Yeah, that's one of the clasps.
sexy little key to your heart.
It is.
To your backside.
It is.
Key to your
Stop
backside.
It. Stop it.
And I started
Wow.
out doing hair pieces.
Yeah.
Like when I designed them for the Motor City
Fascinators.
Rah-Rahs. Fascinators. And I also did like hats and things like this. And this is probably my coolest piece.
I love
That
it.
is so cool.
I love
this is
it.
a hat that I created.
Here, let's see. I'm gonna put it on your camera, this camera right over here, you can point it towards
Okay.
this little.
On the
Yeah,
vase,
here
on
we
the
are,
upside
right
down
here.
vase.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so
Oh my
there
gosh,
you can
that is
see,
fun.
You can see the hand-painted skull with the
Feathers.
heart-shaped rhinestones and the
I
the
love it.
It's
feathers.
rock and roll.
Yes, it's totally rock and roll. And
Can't you
it's
see
custom fitted.
Meghan Markle wearing that at the wedding?
Yeah,
the royal wedding?
Meghan Markle.
Oh, are we into the royal wedding?
What's happening?
Okay.
Are we okay, a box just walked in. That's awesome.
So tell us about, let's talk about the music real quick and explain to us a little bit about Girls Gone Wild.
Oh, okay. It's actually Christian Girls Gone Wild.
Christian Girls Gone Wild, sorry.
I have a couple different things going on musically at the moment.
Yeah.
I recently recorded.
Bye,
Bye,
Boxman.
Boxy.
I recently did a video with Horse Cave Trio for Funky D Records, a
I
song
love them.
called Man Who Built Your Hot Rod. And it was dedicated to my dad because my dad was a race car driver who built his own hot rod.
Oh!
And it was awesome being on Funky D. I hope to do more with them in the future, which I'm sure that will happen. So we recorded a video. It was super cool, super fun. And Dust Off the Jukebox is the name of their CD that came out this year. And also, last year, I recorded a song with Mikey Clark.
I
Love
listened
Mikey
to that
Clark.
today. I listened to it. That was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was great music. I love it. I was loving
Thank
it.
you. And he did all the instrumentation because my bass playing is kind of harsh. I kind of like to beat up on it, and it wasn't really. But I helped in the post production. I really want to be a producer. So anybody looking for a producer, I've worked as a producer in the past, and that is what my end goal is. But
Here, I'm going to move this so we quit
and then-
fussing with it.
okay, I know it's my OCD. I'm like, yeah. And then last year that it came out? Brian McCarty and the Big Bad Beat.
Maggie was part of that.
Maggie McCabe, yes.
Yes,
She sings
Maggie.
backups with us now. We recorded with Mikey Clark, and we also recorded with Vince at oh my God, what's the name of his studio? But yeah, so he put out an EP, and I was on that, and I actually did the cover art.
Oh!
It was Brian's concept. So I do photography, I do graphic art.
Oh, that's what
And
my
I-
weak spot is.
Yeah, and I produce a lot. I
Graphic
produce
art. I can't-
yeah, all my own stuff I produce, and I'm currently working on 2 albums. One is Queen Bee, and that I'm actually recording everything on my phone. And
I love it.
Yeah, and the other one is and it's kind of complicated because I've lived 2 lives,
I
and
got to look at my flower. How does it look? Does it? I
it looks
messed it
great.
up.
It
Okay.
looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, you did well.
One of my
friend.
one of my favorite songs that you guys did, Inside Out Love Letter Bomb.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh
I
my
wrote that.
God, I love that song. I sometimes have that in my head, just
Oh, thank you so
randomly. I
much.
love that song.
I wrote that. I wrote that in my mom's bedroom on her guitar. I wrote that. Thank you.
Well, what kind of venue can people go see Christian Girls Gone Wild?
Well, we don't. Christian Girls Gone Wild isn't an actual band. It's actually a group, a Facebook group that I started, and I have a heart for Christ, and I know a lot of people in Detroit in the community that have actually come to me for prayer, and I like to pray for people. That's my thing. I'm really into that, and over the years I've become closer to God, and that's becoming more prominent in my life. So I started a Facebook group. It's a secret group called Christian Girls Gone Wild, and it is
It's not a secret anymore.
no, it's not. But it's a community of born again Christians, and most of us in this community are musicians, producers,
TV personalities.
TV,
Oh, yeah.
Beer
personalities,
Beer,
yeah, DJs,
beer aficionados.
like you never know who has
needs
been
a prayer.
saved and who needs prayer, and we do we do prayer for people. I used to post prayers publicly, but I prefer to do them privately now because the more I learn on this journey, the more I have to be humble, and it's really interesting, the road to, being holy. It's really a difficult
It's a
struggle.
personal journey.
It's a very personal journey, because I believe, as a born again Christian, that Jesus died not to give us a religion, but to give us a personal relationship with Christ. And I've been a Christian my whole life, but it wasn't until recently that I've really seen a lot of things and feel that there's a great need. And so that has become more important to me than anything. And so I am working on a gospel album as well. So my next Queen Bee album is going to be called Christian Girl Gone Wild. And
I love
then
it.
I'm going to do Christian Girl Gone Wild is the name of my solo gospel thing.
You should have the release at a church.
I might. It just depends. I'm really, it's a slow process, because I'm like a full-time working girl. I'm not like a full-time musician or full-time. I wish that is like what I would really like to be. And that's something that I've strived towards all these years, and I've failed at. I've always had to
hard.
work a crappy job and have not had the time and energy or the resources to put in to what I truly should be doing as an artist. There's no reason, with everything that I have learned or know how to do, that I shouldn't be able to make money doing something that I'm passionate about.
It's never too late. I mean,
No,
we're,
and
we're
I
all-
haven't given up, and I know God hasn't given up on me, so I'm not giving up on...
No.
Yeah, so I'm like, I've had such a difficult time trying to make this happen in my own strength. And so I'm really putting my faith out there, and I know that God's got got something better. I've come to a point in my life where I'm like on my knees going, but I wanna. It's like, no, I've got something better for you. I'm like, I'm working on it. It's a struggle, but I enjoy it, and I love reaching out to people, and I love that people feel comfortable coming to me for prayer, because I'm into it, man.
Have you ever gone or heard of, and you probably heard of them, those mass mobs? It's where like churches and like that don't have like maybe a huge congregation, there'll be some kind of notice, and everyone will go to that church that Sunday and just create like, let's pack the church. That
Oh my gosh, no, that sounds great.
Yeah, a
heard
lot
of
of
it?
those older churches
Is it called
to
mass
help
mob?
boost
It's like
their
a flash
congregation.
mob, but it's a mass-
to help
mass
boost their
mob.
congregation.
Yeah, because there'll be like once a month. I think they're happening.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
mob.
yeah. Here again, we're not experts on this topic, so we have no information to
know.
back it up.
None of us are experts. It's all a very personal thing, but it's something that I have to talk about because it's in my heart, and I'm like excited about it. I'm
That's
super
good. It
excited
sounds
about
like
it.
you're headed toward you're headed down the right path.
I'm trying. It's really hard because the closer you get to God, the more temptations to go the other way. Seriously, because honest to God, when you commit your heart to God, you become a baby Christian, and as you grow in your walk with Christ, you come into a greater knowledge and greater wisdom as to what you're supposed to be doing.
You should be a
And
minister.
then you become well, the point is when you become a child of God, you become an adversary of evil. You become an adversary of the devil. And so the more you grow, the more difficult, and the more people don't understand how difficult it is to be an effectual Christian. Like, anybody can be a Christian, anyone can be saved, but to be an effectual one and a mature one, it involves much struggle, and that struggle is designed to teach you things about yourself and make you an example for others. And I'm hardly an example, but if I don't start reaching out to people where I'm at now, it's never going to happen. Never
Now,
gonna
would
be
you
perfect.
consider yourself as always being a leader?
It
I
depends.
feel
on
like
what
you are a
I'm
natural born leader.
I am with what I'm confident in. I mean, with Queen Bee, a lot of the stuff I had written myself on a 4-track before I had the full band, And
That's
a lot of-
ambitious. I write mine on a napkin and then go, okay, I'm really bad.
No, you're
I have to
not.
write-
You're amazing.
No, I have
have
to-
so much respect for you, Paula.
No,
I've seen all the cool things you've done over the years.
I am so technologically impaired that like when I write stuff, I don't like record it. I write it down on paper, and I have like little scraps of paper all over my house.
I do too. I use my iPhone. I'll speak like ideas, thoughts, lyrics, into my text or into my voice message, or I'll excuse me, I'll record a song idea vocally, and then I'll go back and recreate it.
I text myself all the time.
Me too. It's good to do. It's good. It's like I keep in like a journal, text message.
I do too, and sometimes I'll do it, and then I go, "Oh, I got a text." I'm like, "Oh, that was me."
Me too. I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, somebody loves me. Oh no. I'm like, oh no, it's just me talking to myself
Then
again.
if I call myself, I get a busy signal.
When I call myself, I get a disconnected signal.
Yeah, it's a fax.
It's a fax.
So you're also in the Motor City Rah-Rahs.
Yes.
They've been around for a little while now. I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
The Motor City Rah-Rahs formed in 2006, and it came from Julie Hecker, the late, great Julie Hecker. She was teaching punk fitness classes, and she called her program Punk Fitness Detroit, and she changed my life. We became fast friends. I mean, she would go to different artists, and she'd be like, I want you to come to my class. And, the first
You're coming
class
to
I
my
went
class.
the first class I went to, I was just blown away, and I was like, oh my God, this is so for me. And so I was really excited when I get involved with another artist and I'm excited about what they're doing. I believe in them. I will get behind them 100%. I will do flyers. I will get you a show. I'll do whatever I can. And, so I got us on stage. And then Janice, who was the president of the Detroit Derby Girls, approached Julie and asked her to create a cheerleading squad for the Detroit
The Derby Girls?
Love going
Yeah.
to the Derby. Oh my God.
Yeah, and so she started that, and she asked me to be a part of it. I was like, no, I don't want to be a cheerleader. But it
As long
wound
as
up
you don't
being,
have to get on skates.
oh God, I should be on skates. I actually totally rock on skates.
Really? I
Yeah.
used to be able to go backwards and all that. But,
I'm
my
waiting.
God.
I think
I'm
I
waiting to
can't.
go.
I think I can still do that,
We
but I
should go
can't.
sometime.
but-
We should do it. They should
love to
have
skate.
like a open skate for, people our age. I don't wanna say
Elderly
old
women
people,
like
but
us.
yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but
How
just
about with their walkers?
Hey, my mom might like that.
the last time I ice skated, I got 7 staples in my head. So yeah,
She
I
fell and
don't
hit her
ice
head.
skate at all.
They
It's
won't.
so
They won't let
slippery.
her in.
No, and I was with my kids.
It was so slippery. It's an ice rink.
God.
Of course, it was
I
slippery.
remember right before I fell, this little boy was next to me. I go, this is so slippery. And then I fell, and the lady came over with this tissue, and I go, no, call 911. Like, seriously, there's like blood pouring out the back of my head.
Oh, I have a
tissue.
hanky.
I go, call. I
Here,
know.
let me pray for
That's
you.
my brain on the ice, lady.
And then she goes, can
My-
you like
don't
skate
wipe
off?
up my brain
and
with
I'm
your
like,
hanky.
I am not standing back up. So she like pushed me. And I would have loved to have seen the footage from the, the security camera, because there was probably this trail of blood as she pushed me
Oh
across.
my God.
But head
That's
wounds bleed
terrible.
bad. I mean,
Well, I see those girls
what
in the
they say.
roller derby getting injured, and that's just, whew, that's some ferocious
I haven't been
stuff.
in a while. Are they still at the Masonic Temple?
yeah.
I
still
believe
racing?
so. When we started doing our thing, we would create dances we would choreograph dances to local
Oh,
music.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
That's a
we
great
would do
idea.
our thing during the
The halftime.
intercession.
Intermission.
Intermission. I can't talk
intercourse.
today.
During intercourse, we would do a thing.
Inner voice. No, but
Sorry, kids.
yeah,
The
during
children watching.
during the intermission, we would do our thing, and then we would bring a bunch of hula hoops, and we'd get everybody hula hooping, and it was a lot of fun. And then Troy Gregory actually came up with the name Motor City Rah-Rahs, and that's
that's
what
fun.
we became. And I designed the logo for that. And
I have one of Julie's hoops,
a
weighted hoop. I love it. It's so easy when they're weighted.
Yes, it is.
Not those like dollar store ones. Those things are so
I actually-
hard.
Paula's doing it right now.
I actually learned how to hula hoop at Punk Fitness. They weren't hooping, but she had like a toy hoop, and I picked it up, and I thought, I want to learn how to do this. I never knew how to do it. And that was the first time that I actually got to jump rope with another girl. I never did that in school.
Double Dutch.
Yeah, I never did that before.
Oh, fun.
And,
Would you do it now? Would you jump rope now? 'Cause
Yeah.
I would be so.
Totally.
I'd get staples in my head. I'm sorry.
Oh, but but the Motor City
I should try.
Rah-Rahs, they decided after they did the Whip It movie with
Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yes.
very cool.
I need to watch that
they
again.
they decided that they didn't need us anymore.
Oh.
And I was like, that's okay, because now we have more time to do rock shows.
Yeah.
And I promised Julie that we would dance with Jello Biafra. And Julie and I actually got to be Peach's backup dancers in 2009.
Wow.
So we danced with a lot of really cool bands.
What stage? Where was that? With Peaches?
That was the Majestic.
Oh, super cool.
I love Peaches. She's so awesome. So that was super cool. I tried to get the other girls to do it. We didn't have a number that was ready, and they were afraid to do it. So Julie and I were doing it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
You
the
got to
year,
jump into
Can't
that
say
stuff.
no.
yeah. And then 2010, Julie passed away.
It was so sad.
It was. I'm still dealing with it, and that's what actually brought me closer to God.
She was remarkable. I knew her, and I play with Bob sometimes. And my daughter goes to school with Zoe.
Oh God, she's graduating this year.
She's
I'm going
graduating
to her
this year.
graduation. I can't wait.
Have you always lived in?
I grew up in Rochester.
Oh, well, what do you love about Detroit? And like, what's this Detroit summer mean to you? What do you think of?
I think of festivals outdoor, I think of I miss the festivals that are no longer, like the 4th Street Fair.
I wish that was still happening. And Daly's not the same anymore.
No, it's just, when things get that huge, it just becomes less personal. And I prefer intimate gigs to like going to a stadium and sing.
Oh,
heck
yeah.
It's just,
Well, we can all agree
so
on
much
that,
fun.
but we keep talking about how this, the whole city of Detroit's getting more and more people and becoming less and less personable, but
I know.
it still has, it's worth it in the end, we kind of agreed, because it needed something.
it needs to survive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it go up than go down.
Right.
And,
Last year I went to Daly, and it was like my kids went, and they hadn't experienced it much, but they did when they were little with me and my band. But I ended up at the Jelly Old Timers Club,
oh, did you?
and that's like a social club that's kind of dwindling. The people that are members are really old, and it's a very social club.
Old,
so they
the
were
old
standing
timers.
like inviting people in, and I had heard about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, we got to go in, and it was awesome. It was in the basement of one of those big houses.
Oh, I love that.
And they had the greatest jukebox, and it was just really good. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
I want to be a member.
Good. I'll tell you, I think there's people that lie about their age, and I'll never understand that, because how many people didn't get to live to be 51?
I agree.
I'm
Yeah.
51 years
I
old, and
agree.
I'm not ashamed of it.
No.
I don't care.
I feel
54.
lucky.
Aw,
I'm honored to still be alive.
me too.
Yeah,
You
I
look
mean,
great,
it's just
Paula.
a number. Age is a number.
It is.
You are how you feel, and
Yeah.
I'm 16. Really, that's how I feel.
Mama.
I know. My kids have to drag me around. Like,